I've got a big ball bag and a big black shaft. Good morning and welcome back. It is Wednesday. I know, Wednesday. We had bank holiday Monday, so not a lot happened then. I was here, but I didn't really do much. And then yesterday I was dung spreading on farm. They asked if I could not film anything, which is fine. But yeah, now we're on to Wednesday already. God, bloody hell. But anyway, this honey turned up the other day for a water pump, as you can see. Weed all over my floor. 2650, 40k. I think it's quite a high spec one because it's got aircon and mud flaps and loads of lights and extending mirrors and everything. So yeah, we spec right up. New customer of mine as well. So that'll have a water pump, probably a hub seal. Probably see what the kingpins are like when we get in there as well, because he said they were a bit wobbly. Hang on, I'll put you on a wider view. There you go, that's better. What a machine. It's got several leaks, as they always do. Lower link seals, they're leaking. Something in the middle is leaking. So I might need your lot's help with that one, because it could do some parts. The exhaust is missing and the silencer is snapped off. Probably get a cleaner for the top as well. Hopefully we'll see that one quite a lot. It does need the outer part of the rims as well, because they're getting very thin. So yes, hopefully I'm going to bring Blakewell's about parts for this one, for the engine, and go from there basically. But oh, back at it again in the sunshine. Well, in the shed in the sunshine. I've been doing stuff and things. That is the water pump out now. Like I said, that's a bit knackered. Yeah, I think we'll just chuck a new water pump in rather than rebuilding it. And then aircon belt. This little rubber joiner is knackered as well, and then a fan belt. Yeah, it's pretty warm in here today. The electrician is in and out all the time because they've worked out I've got no meter in it. Fair enough. Yeah. There's a leak somewhere at the front. I don't know where that's coming from. I'm wondering whether I'll give it a service as well or not, but I don't know. Customer said do as much or as little as you like. I mean, I'll do a full restoration if you want, but it costs you a lot. Probably worth doing. I think they might do that eventually, but anyway. So it's Thursday morning and I'm in the yard. I don't know what happened yesterday. I think I just spent the rest of the day on the phone, to be honest. So water pump's out and everything's ordered. I've got a big ball bag and a big black shaft. Balls are to go on the compactor. I've got another one in. They took the one I did and brought that one back. That one needs the wheels changing round, and the black top link balls apparently have 6 times more protection from cramp, so I have no idea what that means. The shaft is for a customer of mine who on the bank holiday weekend needed one for their feeder wagon, so they took the one off my tanker and I've just ordered the same one, so I'll probably do a switcheroo there in a minute. Yeah, I've retrieved my broken mudguard from Sing. Oh, and give me a second. I have a box of bits. So if you remember Steve's forager, we have a bearing. This is a is it ecliptic or eccentric locking bearing? So you've got your collar like that, put that on it, twist it, and that locks onto the shaft. So there's that, and then there's these little stubby things, bearings for them, and a complete housing. That's all from Dave Cow King. And that one, that's not important. I ordered that Tuesday and it turned up yesterday, so that's quite amazing, to be honest. Yeah, so we'll get to fit in that at some point. Typically I put the 2650 in front of it thinking, oh, those parts will turn up, you know, some point in the future, but no, they turned up now. I think all the parts for that quad topper are going to be in today, hopefully, at Blakewell's. But yeah, that's what is occurring today. Lots of switcheroo, driving around, stuffing things, and general epicness. So now I'm moving on to the compactor. As you can see, these wheels have been put on the wrong way round because the farmer that previously had it took the 3 from each side off, so then they just had the middle bit because their tractor wasn't quite big enough to lift it. So I've got to rearrange them and put different spaces in and just get everything right. Now, I put on my story on Snapchat that I'd taken these outside wheels off, and everyone was asking me why I was doing that. Well, this is why, because the outside, probably 2 foot, has got the wear bars, as we've seen before, and in between it just fills up with grass, maize, juice, grease, and just ugh. And it absolutely stinks as well. So clean all that out, wire wheel it off, and then it's all good to go again. And pack it with grease, obviously. Look at that, it's disgusting. Now you may think, oh yeah, it's just taking wheels off and rearranging them. It's actually quite difficult because I think each one of these wheels weighs about 250 kilo. And in the midst of rearranging these wheels and flipping them over and doing all the stuff and things, I did somehow manage to get Lofty beached on one of the bits of wood. You know, Lofty is quite low slung, so it's not really that difficult to do. I do need to swap the front wheels to the back because the back ones are a little bit bigger. But anyway, getting these flipped over and then I can put them all in the right places then. So, having just realised that one hasn't got a grease nipple on it, that's got to be the outside one. But it's smaller than the other one. The bigger one goes in the outside, so then you get your wall tighter. So I don't quite understand what's going on here, but that's going to have to be the way, because otherwise this one won't get grease on the inside. So that'll have to be the outside. Oh, these things are so confusing. The first one was lovely. Bigger wheels on the outside, so then it compacts your walls more. But it seems the bigger one is on the inside. But that's a bit pointless because it's behind your tractor wheel. So, but no, we'll have to sort that one out in the winter then, I think. So once I had finished putting the wheels in the way that I put them on here, I stood back and looked that it seems that sort of every other wheel is slightly bigger, so that is actually the correct orientation for it to be on. But I was just confused because the last one had the bigger ones on the outside. It only had bigger ones on the outside, but these ones, it's like every other one in the middle. Next job, paint that one. That's all back together. It's taken a bloody long time to do that. Sort all those spaces out and move them around. So you can just whip them on and off easy. Yeah, that's nearly done. And then, yeah, just paint that. Take the little board things off. Rub it down, paint it. Oh, I need to sort some pin spaces. But luckily, somebody's just had a load of scaffolding delivered. It's not for me, it's for somebody else. But seeing as it's in my yard, I'm going to take full advantage of it. I'll probably only need that much. So yeah, get on that. And that is that for Thursday. I shall put a nice coat of green on that tomorrow. I've got to make some pin spaces. Pin spaces for the link arm pins, because yeah, I don't know why they made the pinholes so big. And that'll be that. See you tomorrow. Good morning. It is Friday morning. I've just got back from Blakewell's, where they have given me all the bits we need for the quad topper. So hopefully, once I have painted this thing, painted top coat on that, I shall get to putting that back together. Thank you very much, Rob, Alice, Luke, and everybody else. So many people there, I don't know all their names. And hello to their little daughter Frankie, who watches. Little Francesca. I am the man off the telly that I am known now. But yeah, that's what's going on this morning. I'm making a cup of tea. I've been to see Steve Eyre again. Seem to be spending my life going to see Steve at the minute, which is great. He has had a load of scaffold tubes dropped off from SMS. They're the rejects, because apparently they're not allowed to use metal poles anymore for scaffolding. So there's a load of rejects there. And funny enough, they're the people, if we remember, that used to have this unit. But anyway, Steve has got his colouring pencils out and started colouring in his little colouring book. He wants to make a, I guess, trestle or conveyor belt sort of thing for his milk processor he got. So that's just going to be like a Toblerone shaped thing with made out of scaffold tubes. Going to see if it works. If not, then we'll have to sort of come back to the drawing board. But yeah, do that at some point. But I've got other things to finish. I haven't heard about any parts on 2650 yet, so that one's there. But yeah, coffee, paint, lawnmower engines. Multitasking equals efficiency. I'm getting so much stuff and things done whilst enjoying a lovely cup of coffee. God, look at that. The king has just rang me. The king himself, King Singh, he wants me to go and put a battery on his digger. Because it'll be quicker for me to get there than it will for them to fanny around. Battery's in at Prices, which is right next door to me. So I'm going to go do that. So I've arrived. That to me doesn't seem like it needs a battery. I don't know where anyone is. I've probably just got it. Oh well, we'll sort it out. More scrap for me. So that's that done. I've saved the day yet again. I'm on my way back to the workshop. It's 11:30 and I've achieved absolutely nothing. Days like that turn up. I obviously went to Steve's this morning, came back, and then I thought, oh, I need some bandsaw blades. And then I went to Screwfix, they didn't have any. Went to Mill Valley, they didn't have any, but I picked up a load of other stuff and now I'm broke. And then the king rang me, so I've now gone and done that. You know, 11:30, it's practically lunchtime. Haven't achieved anything. Yesterday I got so much stuff and things done. You know what I'm going to try and do today? I probably said at the beginning, but it seems when I tell you what I'm going to do, it doesn't happen. So I might just not tell you. It'll all be a mystery. But yes, we go back, have another coffee, think about what I'm going to do, then maybe do it. And I'm not going to tell you, I'm just going to do it. And you'll have to live with it. We don't stop for lunch round here. Just eat while you're doing chop sawey things. God, efficiency at its finest. now, just welding another thing on there because the other one was a bit mashed over and didn't look very good. So yeah, put that on, paint both of those, put the little markers on, and then I think that's actually it. So that's another one done out of 10. So that's nearly back together. I've just got to wait for the sludge that came up at the bottom to drain and the oil filter that Blake Wells replaced it with. It would work, but the trouble is on this engine it needs that. So I think it's going to have to be an original one. But yeah, all is well, I think, hopefully. But yeah, Friday afternoon. It is 6:45. So yeah, I'm going to go home and have my tea and see Hannah. Thank you very much for watching. I might be in tomorrow, don't know, but yeah, if I am, you'll see something next. If not, hope you've enjoyed the video. I shall see you again next week. Comment, like and subscribe. Yeah, have a good rest of your night. Goodbye.